Yep.
Oh god. Where are my
Don't
friends?
panic.
I can't beat these diamond players on. Oh god, they have masters and GMs. I'll beat them in TFT. What was I doing? I was about to get back with it. Do you put another pound sign to end the hold? Or just be able to do
Oh, in what? In Discord?
in the markdown?
So bold is 2 stars on either end of whatever you want to bold. So double star, words, double star. Yeah, header is automatically bold, which is quite nice.
Let's see what happens. Oh, it kind of worked. Sick.
Nice. Yeah, you don't have to double star them because they will automatically.
Well, it's not a star. It's a pound sign.
Oh, you want the hashtag for header? Yeah, yeah,
Big.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't know what you meant by.
Well, I said bold, but I meant header.
Yeah, yeah. It's bolded and it's a header.
Could I bold the?
Bolding the header doesn't have.
Let's see.
I've tested this out. Also, they said,
It didn't do anything other than shift it over space.
yeah, they said that you could do like hidden links now, but that doesn't work yet. So maybe that'll come out soon, where you can like link words that aren't the actual
like
address.
Yeah, an embed link. Sick.
Yeah, a hyperlink.
Oh, they have monster Chad God.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. Looks like we don't have enough spots.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave just to be nice about it.
Stay here and hope that no one notices.
Yeah. Been watching any of the Stanley Cup finals?
Oh, of course.
How's that going? I have not kept up at once the Kraken were out.
Some Vegas ones were. Game 2 is starting in -1 minute.
Do you have it? You have a team in the fight yet? Or still?
No.
Someone you root for?
No, I'd lean Vegas, but honestly, it's going to be a first-time champion, so that's pretty cool.
That is neat.
Hard rooting for the Nuggets in the NBA Finals, though. That's my
Yeah. Jokic. Be nice if he got his first title. That'd be cool.
But from Colorado, so
I mean, that makes
that one goes a little more without saying.
They're looking for the 1, 2, 3, 4 Cancun that they had in the semifinal.
I want them to be like the Avs. Just get your one. That way, at least, no matter what, looking back, it's not like, oh man, we had all these great players and we just failed. We don't need it to be the Carmelo era again,
Fair enough.
where they never made a Western Conference final, even, because they kept getting bounced by the Lakers.
That's a little sad.
Yeah, had peak Carmelo and peak Allen Iverson and got bounced in the second round every single year.
Lakers were good then too, though.
Yeah, no, they were. I mean, that was Kobe, Shaq.
It's just a sad time. It's like all the historically great teams that like got bounced because of Golden State Warriors insane run.
Yeah.
It's like, you know. Should put the stream.
Oh. What have I done?
How's the lobby looking? Live view.
We've got everyone in. It looks
Great.
like they're flipping around. I just somehow. I can't be trusted with the stream sometimes. I usually do a good enough job that no one can tell. But boy, if I just lost the bottom part of the scoreboard and can't find it.
Oh, oh no.
I somehow
Quick
dragged
searching.
it off the top of the screen, and it's just.
I think you can, if you like right click it and like transform, you might be able to get it back into it.
I tried. I tried
area.
to center it, and it just didn't. So
That's a
I think I'm gonna have to remove it and put it back in. Yeah. Okay. And then add text. Oh my god! And now it's big. Okay, we got it.
We've done it. Well, you've done it. I did nothing. I was well support. Are you ready for the big week of streams this week?
We'll see. It is going to be the busiest week
The
we've had in a
gauntlet.
minute. So.
Yep.
And of course, Diablo 4 is coming out tonight.
Oh, were you not on the beta wave? I guess it was more expensive, right? Or
Yeah,
something?
my wife
The
was
early
in it.
access?
She's been playing with her roommate, but
Fun.
I was not. I didn't chill out, but I still want to play it. But now I don't have the time necessarily.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait a week.
It's fair. I've got Tears of the Kingdom grind right now, so.
Yeah, I wanted to get that as well, but I was really excited for Breath of the Wild, and then I played it and I didn't like it. So I'm very hesitant to get Tears of the Kingdom, even though it looks more like a Zelda game, which
I like it.
was my main.
I didn't play the old Zeldas, so
okay.
that doesn't help. But I also was like kind of a little bit bored by the gameplay loop in Breath of the Wild, and I really like Tears of the Kingdom like way more. So.
I just realized I never did this. Oops. Scratch that. You need a draft link, probably.
Be great.
I will send to you. For any background noise, we gave Kale, our dog, my son, a 2-liter plastic bottle to play with. It's like his favorite toy. Why
that's a
spend
good
money
dog
on
toy.
toys? But
Yeah, for real.
we can just get a 2-liter, drink it, and then give him the bottle. he's having the time of his life, but he does bring it right over to the desk. Um, anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week number 1 of Aegis Champion League. I'm Maris, my co-caster is Lane. New season, I guess I should introduce. We're 2 of the 4 Rodham admins. This is the Rodham home stream. If you're expecting completely unbiased casting, that's not happening here, more than likely. We'll do our best, but we are quite tinted. This is VCU Black taking on Rodham Premier. VCU bans Olaf Wukong. Rodham bans Karma of Melio. There's a Zeri ban. Anything else? I forgot. Like,
no, not really. I mean, we will. We're definitely favoring the RTM crowd here, but we try to be somewhat objective. I feel like not.
I feel like we're fair, but it's a lot like watching the home stream of like a
or the radio announcers
event.
or something. Yeah. I agree.
Lucian gone. Zeri has a 100% presence in week 1 of ACL, and that doesn't change. Gets banned.
Nope.
That champion's pretty nuts right now.
Yeah, there's just so many good enchanters to battle with. You've got Lulu, you've got Yuumi, which is sadly making its way back to the meta. I mean, Melio, Karma, that our team has gone ahead and banned here. And Ivern.
Ivern Blue
here.
1. It's happening. We did it. LS has come to roost in VCU.
Yeah, Ivern had a little mini rework, I think. So
yeah.
He's been pretty strong from what I've heard. Can even be played multiple roles. I expect this is going to be going to the jungle just because of VCU has some games on it. We're gonna have a fun time trying to figure out the jungle's name. I
don't know if it's Vikalele or Vicelele.
Yeah, Vicelele.
Lele. Yeah, there's 4 lays, but Cassante and Vi locked in for Rodham. Cassante theoretically a flex pick, right?
Yes.
Has been played mid, has been played top. Vi not a flex pick, that's the jungler.
Yep, and Cassante is 100% presence in LPL right now, so not surprised to see it get picked up here. It's just really strong blind, especially because you have the opportunity to flex it. And Vi, I think, is one of the premier junglers, at least in the pro games we've seen so far. And Aphelios, Lulu. I don't know if that's going to help a ton into the Vi, because you're going to have the lockdown onto like Aphelios, who's going to have a hard time getting away from it. But the Lulu shield and ult should help keep him alive a little bit longer. And they've got the Ivern, which is going to be nice. So,
if you're picking an immobile carry, this is about how you want to do it. Aphelios likes people coming into him, and then Lulu with the pop-up and whatnot. That feels like a pretty good answer to Vi in terms of bot lane if you're not going to pick something that just like has a bunch of mobility.
Yeah.
Jinx is going to be locked in for Rodham, so the opportunity, I guess, to ban out the rest of the enchanters if you really want to from VCU.
Yeah, I mean, there's already 2 enchanters off the table. I don't think you can take everything away here, but you can force them onto like. Yeah, I'm surprised that I guess they just don't want that. But you would think that RTM is going to look to pair with an enchanter here.
Yeah, I mean, Rodham already. You've got 2 of the main characters from the hit show Arcane, so really flexing for that buff. Maybe a Jace pick to lock in here. Heimerdinger, that'd be. And then we have, Cassante, the preview for Season 2. Annie Silas gone. Thresh gone. VCU now.
I would expect a Soraka ban or something to come out here to ban away one of the enchanters, but notably Yuumi is still on the table. Not banned away from either team.
I don't feel like Yuumi Jinx is it, Chief, but...
Doesn't seem too bad because you kind of have a relatively free lane into the Lulu, but
VCU trying to force Rodham onto an enchanter. It seems like they want the enchanter lane. Probably just that's your big skill disparity if you're looking in terms of ranks, right? Is the bottom lane. So maybe just feeling more comfortable in an enchanter versus enchanter matchup if you have to play against somebody who outranks you by a lot. I could see
there's
that.
There's the Yuumi.
It is.
I will say we've got their ADC monster Chad God is a former Grandmaster, former Challenger player. So he's
okay.
definitely their best player. But yeah, D3 support right now, was Master last season in the Fellow. So, makes sense. You definitely, I think the Enchanters definitely favor players with less skill for sure. So maybe concerned about the playmaking ability of the Thresh and the Nautilus, and now you're just gonna stick a really good support player onto Yuumi, which might feel like a win for you.
Yeah, Gwen locked in, presumably top lane. I don't know why it wouldn't be. And then now VCU will have to throw their cards a little bit on the table here with their last pick. Is this something weird with an Ivern mid? Is this a jungle Gwen? Are we going really off the table? It's more standard. Veigar,
Yep.
Pretty strong champ right now. Pretty good.
And really nice. I think VCU's done a good job of drafting ways to split the team fight away from Vi. So Vi's gonna have to be really, really smart using the ultimates in this game. Just because there's Veigar Cage, there's Ivern ult that can kind of help separate and break up the team fight. And if Vi goes in alone, while the rest of the team's delayed by those abilities, that it's going to be a hard time. Very AP heavy topside here for VCU. And notably, no real magic damage for RTM. So
Yeah, they have the character Jack for the top lane. Not a whole lot of enemy tank builders, so
right.
I don't know that you're worried as much about the damage split. But just choosing to match split push with more split push, so I don't actually know if you favor Jax or Gwen late. I would assume it's Jax, but that's... I haven't played top lane in a minute.
They both seem really good scaling into late, so I think it's going to be more of a skill matchup than anything else, for sure.
Oh, we're waiting to get into second draft. It's week 1. Thanks, guys, for joining us. If you've never joined us on stream before, especially, please hit the like or the follow button. Wow, the like and subscribe, please. Boy, sometimes you cast after a day of work and you just start talking words and you just let it take you wherever it goes. And we're getting some nice emojis in the chat. We have a horse emoji, a tree emoji. Boy Wonder has gone for like one of the like Japanese style faces. Somebody with some peace signs. The number 3, excellent. Okay, now there's some R's, and we're into the draft.
Finally in. And now we have to do the awkward part of vamping for 4+ minutes while we look at the draft that we have kind of analyzed.
Yeah, we can talk about it. It's the busiest week of the year thus far. Also the busiest potential month. Did you change your name to I ... What is happening?
In where?
Oh, your Discord name.
Oh.
Did you just lock in your Discord name or something?
I did, so okay. I don't know if it changed for other people. I got my Discord @ today.
I've not gotten mine yet. It was weird because Ivar had the same thing, and I just had to remember that it was Ivar.
Yeah, that's an interesting bug.
I bet if I like quit and re-came in, it would have your name. Anyway, sorry, I got completely distracted in the middle of that. The busiest week so far of the year for Rodham. Number 1, this is day 1 of our Pride donation incentive. Every kill will trigger a donation for Trevor Project and potentially also local charities. Our admin team has thrown in 60 cents per kill, and our community so far has added another 21, I think.
Yep, that is correct.
We'd really encourage you guys to donate, especially this year, more so than other years potentially because of politics and whatnot. I don't want to get too soapboxy, but would really any donation would go a long way, and if you want to tie it into Rodham, we'd really appreciate that because it looks cool, or we can help you make that donation much easier. like we said, we're donating per kill. I think Lane is also donating for a pentakill. You can tie in any weird thing you want to for the whole month, but
I am happy to track that.
Or
so,
if you just want to make
know,
a
if you have
one-time
some funny
donation.
stuff-
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Or if you just want to make a one-time donation, just add $5 instead of subbing to us. Just throw $5 in the donation, and honestly, I think that would go a longer way this month than the resub to us. Even though I like your money too.
Yeah, and it's always really fun. You enjoy if you sign up, you get a little shout out in the Discord server. I track what the nightly contributions for each series is. So it's a really fun way to like join in the community, have a good time doing it. And even if you just want to do 1 cent a kill, I mean, we're expecting it to probably be around like 500-600 kills, maybe a little more, depending on how far the NACL things go. So, you know, that's an easy $5-6, which is not too much of a commitment.
Yeah, we have successfully killed the first part of the draft, so now we can look at the champions again. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, this week, tonight, of course, start of the ACL campaign for Premier. Crowstorm is on tomorrow night with their win or go home game. They need a win in order to qualify for playoffs. If they lose, they're eliminated in their last week of the regular season. So that's pretty hype. Friday on the Aegis mainstream, Premier team will have their week 2 game. Crowstorm may also have a playoff game. So we might have the Rodham doubleheader. And then, of course, the NACL Open qualifiers are this weekend. We're hoping to make that, of course. We made it last time. So fingers crossed once again. But that would be 5 games throughout Saturday and Sunday. I'm really sorry. Yep. The crinkling has just gotten to an unsustainable level on the stream.
It's not too bad for me in the background. It's just kind of light. So it sounds like I don't know, somebody's walking on some bubble wrap.
I can just see the on my audio mixer. It just jumps up like almost to the yellow. Like my voice just barely peaks above that. Like.
Yeah.
He's very excited about this bottle. It's his favorite toy. He's almost killed it though, and then we'll be done. Yeah. Well, 2 minutes left. Let's take a look at these teams just a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you feel like the overall goal for VCU's team comp is? Because this looks like a kind of strange mishmash of champions, right? You have the split push from Gwen, you have Shadow Wizard Money Gang in the mid lane with Aphelios Lulu, so you've got scaling, you've got team fight, but what's the big idea behind this comp, I feel like?
It's definitely going to be centered around this Aphelios, and they have the scaling on their side. Ivern, Aphelios, Gwen, Vigard, these are all really good scaling champs. And so if they can survive the early game and get to a point where it's pretty even around the 15-minute mark, I think they'll be doing really well for themselves. I definitely want to play team fights to prevent people from jumping on Aphelios, and breaking up the team fights with like the Vigard cage and the Ivern R, just to do some confusion. For RTM, it's definitely all around playing front to back, going in with Vi. When she goes in, the Jax, Cassante, and Vi should be able to do that pretty easily. And then Jinx just gets to kind of free hit in the back. And you've got this Yumi, which can be a really good enabler for all the juggernauts that are on our RTM's team. And then Ivern can help his team out for VCU.
Yeah, a little weird after the Yumi rework to... You're not really looking at juggernauts as your best friends anymore.
Right.
Because you have your best friend bonus attached to whoever you healed the most. I don't know how many people have actually looked at the Yumi rework. I unfortunately duo queue with a Yumi main, so...
It's still helpful to, to be able to jump around. But yeah, you definitely get the most value of staying on your one target.
So it'll probably be the Yumi on the Jinx, you would imagine, unless...
Oh yeah.
You know, maybe the Jax is really popping off and you just abandon your AD carry throughout mid and late game and hopefully get that best friend bonus onto him. But that seems like a weird strategy.
Definitely does, and I think it's funny that they try to do all these things to get Yumi out of the meta, and then Yumi comes right back with the rise of some of these enchanter items in the mid patch or mid year update.
They refuse to go the full way though. Like
Yeah.
they try to do it by halves and it never works.
Yep.
And there's a couple of champions like that, but Yumi seems like one of the worst. Anyway, we're loading onto the Rift. Hopefully you're loading onto the Rift as well, Lane.
Yes, I am trying to spectate off of my buddies. Hopefully it loads in for me.
Well, we are live on Summoner's Rift for game number 1. VCU Black on the blue side, Return to the Middlesticks Premier on the red. No. Yes. Sorry. I'm getting used to our Premier team names, and I saw Dragowski, and I was like, oh, who is that? Oh, right, that's new player. Anyway.
I am gonna restart my client because it bugging out for me and not letting me into the game. It just shows the draft screen. So hopefully I'll get in there. If not, I'll be in a little bit of a delay, but it'll be alright.
Big solo cast vibes incoming. Welcome to the Maris podcast.
It'd be a good podcast. I'd listen. What would you talk about? NHL? Maybe
yeah,
some league.
we'd go NHL, we'd go LCS Strike. We'd have much better opinions than Double Lift. That's how I'm gonna market it even. Yumi Q gonna land onto the fellow. Kale is going insane because there's someone walking outside while this is happening. And just a little deep vision for Rodham Premier on the red buff. Need to be aware of what Ivern's doing because he kind of just steals things. He's going to start Wolves. I'm always curious what Ivern's do, right?
Yeah, it's a very interesting early game because you can kind of just drop your camps. You get like the one that you smite away, so you hit level 2 really quick, and then you can kind of gotta wait for your passive to kind of tick the other ones. So
Crook checked in on Ivern at the blue buff actually and saw him there. He starts E and just walks at Gwen. I'll have to parse that name in a second. DeCalcomany? Am I missing something?
Yeah, I think you got it. Also, mine is not letting me in, so I'm gonna cast off the stream with you. So just interrupt me if
yeah.
Riot broke spectate again. You know.
Crook is looking for the solo kill at level 1. He's just walking forward, auto-attacking, and he gets first blood because Gwen doesn't have flash. That's Ignite Teleport. That's already cost him now this game. Ramen Packet going to take a little trade from Max, but a solo kill to start off with for the Jax. It doesn't feel like it gets much easier for Gwen for a bit.
No, it's kind of unfortunate because that's kind of the one lane for VCU that had some early game presence potentially. And with the solo kill and Jax backing for the Doran's Blade just to get more early game presence here, is going to be definitely rough. And Wave wasn't in a great spot either, so going to be able to kind of slow bounce it back. But that teleport's going to be burned early, and hopefully you can find maybe some jungle help to help stabilize that matchup a little bit.
Yeah, Monster Chad God taking a little trade from the bottom lane. Looks like that'll go pretty well for him. Ganking mid though from Vic Lele. And Max just gonna scoot on out of there. I don't know the name of Kasante's ability. I should probably
I don't either. He's got 3 Qs. I haven't played him to actually like know what the specific ones are, but
yeah, he's got the 3 Qs, he's got the Scooter boot, he's got the wall, and then he goes all out.
That's about all you need to know is the all out, I feel like.
I feel like Scooter boot's kind of important as well.
This is a nice look here from Dragowski setting up on top with the wave shoving away. No flash, of course.
Yeah,
for
Gwen
decal up here.
appears a well. And of course there's the stream stutter. Nice. This is just an expert performance by the Riot Games spectator client tonight. The real MVP, of course.
Yeah, it's really nice there from Decal. Knew that Vi was up there, maybe some help from the teammates. Not sure where they would have seen them on Vision, but is not going to give away another kill, but the wave pushing away is definitely going to make this very hard to even get XP at this point. Crook doing a good job of walking in front of the minions to try to deny that.
Yeah, now going to get a little gank off. In comes Drakowski, gets some damage down, and Gwen is fine. Nope, going to go to the grave for the second time this game.
Little object permanence lesson there, guys. Vi left, no longer here. And now easy return gank there for Drakowski. Finds the kill, gets the second one of the game onto Crook. And this Jax is off to the races with another bad wave setup for Decal. It does not get any easier.
Decal Komani is a Korean word meaning decal.
Nice.
So, decal. Cool.
I'm glad to know my abbreviation was spot on.
It's kind of an interesting, let me name myself, the long version of a normal word in Korean.
Well, things going pretty well here for our team in the early game. CS leads across the board. An early 1500 gold lead as well here 6 minutes into the game. This dragon, the first one of the game, I think is going to go pretty uncontested here, I would expect. Max really fighting for this ward.
Yeah, Max trying to assert his authority just a little bit here early on. Oh, little engagement here in the bottom lane though. Monster Chad God getting low, gets healed by the fellow. Flash in, he's able to take down Puppy, but Boy Wonder's still alive. Does he have anything left? He does not. Oh, he does! Actually sneaks the Q in for the trade, but it's a 2-for-1 for Monster Chad God and the fellow in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that's really nice. I saw I swear I saw an exhaust for VCU, but I think that's RTM just misjudging their damage there. Velios had actually pretty decent guns in that fight, had the white gun to get those chakrams out really quick, and was able to turn that around when RTM, I think, thought they had a numbers advantage.
You can see kind of the state of some of the VCU players. There's one auto on that word, but because Crook walked toward Vic Lele, he just gives it up for the time being. I don't need to hit that word one more time, sir. I'm very sorry. And just leaves it there in the bush. No, roam bottom lane, Drakowski and Max headed to look for a dive potentially set up. A little check into the try. That might be a little disinformation, pretending like they don't have vision in there. Oh, there's pings on top of them, though. It seems like Monster Chad got in the fellow, no? No way they don't.
There's been some good tracking here, but the wave coming in here, they're going to try to
yeah, it's going to be dangerous anyway. In comes the dive. Max starting that one out, tanking onto the fellow. They're onto Monster Chad God as well. Just a little bit split. They take down the Aphelios. The fellow is still alive. Drakowski stays alive with just a little bit of health, and Max is going all out. Ivern just kind of walked past his AD carry in order to help Ramen Packet. Puppy is dead to an auto attack, just barely able to take him down, and now Boy Wonder trying to get out, but he's just a poor Yuumi, sir. I can't do anything. I'm very slow, and he's going to fall eventually to Ramen Packet.
I'm not quite sure how Yuumi ended up getting caught there at the end, but a nice dive there from RTM, and then some decent pickups on the back side of it to kind of neutralize the power of the dive RTM got. Really nice return kills there, especially onto Ramen Packet, who you're going to want to scale anyway, so helping neutralize that early gold lead from RTM, definitely a big plus for VCU.
Yeah, a little funny Ivern just walking past his AD carry, not really helping him out at all, but it worked out for the better.
Kills.
Yeah, he went out and helped out Veigar instead. But yeah, 2 for 2 is not terrible on that dive and helps stabilize the lanes for a little bit. It's still a little over 1,000 gold lead for RTM, but it's it's a playable game state for VCU, which is maybe a scary proposition if you're an RTM fan.
Definitely think so. They've done a good job of playing around the bot side. That solo double kill early, or non-jungle helped, I should say. Double kill was really nice.
Yep.
But there's kind of this
Dive
looming
into the top lane here as Decal is just getting herded into the tower and not really scared. Max comes in, takes 2 tower shots, but now Crook is going to start it out with a good counter strike. There's really nowhere for Decal to go as Drakowski takes him down. That's, yeah, nothing really happening there for VCU.
I was gonna say there's definitely gonna be this mounting pressure on the top side where I think
Monster Chad God gets
VCU's
rooted by the Flame Chompers, the Super Mega Death Rocket, not quite enough damage, he's got so much health back, but Fellow still kiting away. Puppet just lowering rockets in, and he'll eventually pick up the double.
Yeah,
Is it
the
Puppet,
target selection.
or is it Puppy like the Dota player?
No, Puppet, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's how I've been pronouncing it. He hasn't corrected me, so we're gonna say Pup for short also works, but yeah.
I think it's spelled the same way as a professional Dota player who goes by Puppy.
But... yeah, I know Pup actually plays competitive Smash. Is actually relatively decent, so he's at least got a Smash wiki entry, which is pretty big.
And some people get everything. You know, you're just good at every video game, and here I am. I can kind of play TFT. Oh, that's a really good polymorph on Boy Wonder. That might actually be enough for them to be able to track down Puppet. It's Lulu Ivern, though, trying to fight everything, and they don't have any damage. Now the teleport coming in from Max as he's able to go all out. He knocks McLele in, but he cut his own health, and he gets ulted by Veigar into the ground. I feel like Max had the right idea, but just because of the health cut, it makes Veigar a pretty decent counter. You cut your health, you get art.
Yeah, I think the key there is just don't cut your health until you need to. Came in full HP and then cut it all the way down to half.
Drakowski here
easy execute there.
he wanted to steal, but there's still 3,000 health left on this. They weren't doing it particularly quickly. Now Drakowski into the backline trying to find Lulu, but it's just not there. Puppet, though, is still untouched in the backline, gets a couple autos off. Crookie Crook finishes off the Ivern and is on the chase, looking for more. Flashes in, gets the double. Now he's stuck inside the baby cage, just tanking everything. Oh, he gets stunned. The turret's there for him too, but he jumps forward and gets the triple kill onto Monster Chad God.
Very nice pickup from there, and Crook is off to the races here, converting that early lead, finding a nice fight. Gets the triple to extend that out. It's going to be an absolute monster here as we go further into the game.
Double Divine Sunders picked up for ROTM. You've got Drakowski and Crook sitting pretty comfortable. Puppet's scaling decently as well with his finished Stormrazor. On the other side, though, your big man to watch is going to be Ramen Packet. And how much sodium can he provide to the enemy team? He's got a Rod of Ages with 3 stacks on it. That wasn't very funny. I don't know why I went for that joke. Some ults in the bottom lane. Ramen Packet in a little bit of trouble, though. Has to flash away from the Vault Breaker. Gets smoked for a little bit of a slow, but can they get anything else? Now finally get the Vault Breaker. They wait him out just long enough, and the shutdown goes to the Jinx.
Yeah, that's a nice shutdown there. Jinx was finding some good kills.
Now Crook getting the reverse treatment in the top lane, just trying to fight his way out of this one, but there's enough CC there. Unfortunately, if you're a VCU fan, that shutdown goes to Ivern, but they'll continue to be able to push. They're going to lose a dragon in the process, so second dragon will fall in favor of ROTM. It's a 4,000 gold lead for Return of the Middlesticks, but getting a little bit back on the top side.
Yeah, it's a really big shutdown to pick up. Almost that nice, they get that nice 600 gold in the pocket. Does go on the Ivern, but, you know, you're going to take what you can here when you're down a little bit. 2 dragons going in, so that mounting pressure of you're going to have to team fight us is getting closer. You can't just scale forever, so we'll have to see if VCU elects to do that on the 3rd Drake or the 4th Drake. But there is going to be a fight around this objective with the RTM already stacking too.
Yeah, luckily or unluckily, it's It is Displaced Cloud. It's the worst soul to have.
You just don't get very much use out of it.
Ult onto the fellow. He's got the flash over the wall. Looks like a Vault Breaker to follow potentially. No, well, everybody but Max is backing off. He's staying strong. Dashes into the baby cage, unfortunately, but nothing really happening on that play. And now the pressure will subside for a bit as our OTM returns to potentially siege down mid. Oh, Crook is just in. He's fine. All right. I'm glad Crook is just kind of fully embracing the Rodham top laner mentality.
Yeah. Has the lead. I like just gets instantly polymorphed. Nobody really hit him, but he just walks back out. The terror of seeing a Fed Jax come over into your turret, but yeah, nothing gonna be happening for either team there.
Yeah, looks like Rift Herald gonna be the objective for our OTM. How do you feel about them giving Ivern's buff sharing to everyone?
I think it's kind of nice.
It's a nice
you
solution
don't have
to a problem that I don't think
Yeah.
that they really had, but it feels bad for Ivern. This feels bad for Ivern too. He's just dead. As he gets caught out, Monster Chad God stuck underneath the tower. Ooh, just dodges the rocket with the Gale Force. That was kind of nice, but it didn't ultimately matter. And they'll take Decal back. He's going all out currently, but able to stay alive. A little bit of healing coming through. Crook looks forward, sees Ramen Packet there, decides a little bit better of it, and jumps away. Tower's still staying alive. The cage really going to help that one out, and looks like just the kills is what's going to happen on that exchange.
Yep.
And
that will be the Rift Herald as well. So, get the kills, get the advantage, get your Rift Herald here. That is going to make it really hard to fight this third Drake that's going to be coming up soon. I assume RTM is going to hold that until Drake comes up. They can get that mid tower and the Drake hopefully at the same time. And so far, RTM just continue to kind of pick up their kills, kind of slow lead. It's not like a super dominating game, but they've shown some sparks of good team fighting so far. So we'll have to see how those go as we get to this next Drake.
I'd describe it as comfortable so far. Like there's some chances, there's some punches being thrown, but it doesn't feel like it's gotten out of control at any point for RTM, and that's maybe what you're looking to feel for a team that is pretty highly favored given the solo queue ranks, given the drafting of the groups that's happened. Maybe you want to see more dominant, I don't know, but if nothing else, at least this is feeling okay. Ramen Packet in trouble as his tower gets taken down. He shouldn't be able to escape this, and he will not.
Almost.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity.
Expensive IR, which isn't too bad to pick up, but
Max looking for the 1v1 on Decal. It can get turned pretty hard by the Gwen. The knockup though is just enough. Well timed by Max, and he's able to take that down in the 1v1. Puppe is just standing his ground against 3. He'll flash forward. They'll take down the fellow. Zap isn't quite going to land onto Monster Chad God. So just the one kill, but they'll get the tower as well and start breaking down some of these structures. And now all of a sudden, this lead has really snowballed out of control.
Yeah, and they still have that Rift Herald in the back pocket. Oh no, they used it top. That's right. But this dragon is going to be spawning.
Yeah,
definitely worthwhile. Take top there. And now it's almost 10k at 18 minutes. Really just pretty clean there. Puppe is starting to feel himself with the gold and item lead. And then the Yuumi in the back pocket, of course. So this is kind of why you pick the Yuumi. You get some gold on your AD carry, and it just makes them a monster, makes them play with that move speed, with that shielding, with that healing. Very fearless.
Yep. And they'll get an uncontested third dragon. I don't really see a way that VCU can contest that one, but they'll probably feel like they have to come out to fight here before too long. Baron on the table, potentially in a minute 3, and then 5 minutes to go before the potential eventual Chemtech Soul.
And I think that'll be the fight you're trying to scale for. So you'd really like to see Monster Chad God get his second item here. Is already halfway there. Should be able to find that in the next 5 minutes. You also want Gwen on that second item as well. They're just a little bit behind the curve. Puppe is up quite a bit of gold. But if you can get Aphelios to that second item, maybe you can do something. Find a pick before. I think that's what you're kind of looking for, because you don't really win the straight 5v5. So maybe you can help Gwen out in a side lane with the Ivern, and get a pick before this dragon. But
Yeah, I hit X. That whole gold lead is basically bot lane right now.
yeah,
There's a 2.5k gap in the top lane. That's not, insignificant, but most of it is the difference between the two 80 carries right now.
yeah, and Puppe is just had a really kind of rocky start with that double kill that they gave over, but has been able to stabilize here. Has just been out farming really well, and Baron's gonna go uncontested here for RTM.
Yeah, I think that's the expected play for ROTM. You get that essentially for free. There's no reason for VCU to come in and really fight for that one at this point. So now it's can VCU stall through the Baron and be able to push through in order to get to this Dragon Soul? Do they even feel like that's what they need to contest? Is maybe another question.
It's true. I mean, it is Chemtrek. I think most other Drakes, you probably don't have the luxury of questioning that, but not bad to question that here. Maybe you can find some like objective kills on the other side of the map, since you have the bounties up. Get an additional 300 gold per turret kill, or 480 for those inner ones. So
yeah, RTM being patient here. It looks like the next wave is going to be the big moment of panic for VCU.
And RTM really needs to try to sync these waves up. Right now they're kind of desynced, so VCU can bounce in between the two waves. But if they can sync these up and push at the same time, VCU is going to have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, Crook took a lot of damage from Ramen Packet, so that might spoil it as well. But now Ramen Packet able to rejoin. They'll get a little damage onto this mid lane tower, but ultimately don't break it open with this siege. That one cannon minion I don't think is quite going to do it. Yeah, eventually gets reached by the Aphelios Q. Crook is just playing around with Ramen Packet, but you don't want to play too much. He's scaled. He's got a Seraph's plus a Rod of Ages. A little bit of nonsense going on here in the mid lane. They're going to burst open the tower. Max is taken pretty low. Drakowski into the backline, but he's already been flashed away. That'll just get taken into his death. RTM a little bit disoriented, and it's really costing them. Crook in trouble, has to flash away, and they'll lose 2 on the dive. And now
notably,
VCU's definitely survived the siege.
Yeah, RTM playing their hand a little bit too much there. End up getting punished for the deep dive, and it's a really nice shutdown for Aphelios here. Is going to pick up, I think, got the Jinx kill.
Yeah, he got the Jinx kill. Vagar got the Vi kill. So
that's 1,000 gold, and then they're just going to march down mid, pick up 2 more objective bounties, and that's quite a big swing. I mean, it was a 10k plus difference, and now down to 8. So you're gonna, or down to 6. So you're gonna take that for sure.
Yeah, and you can see it's a 2k gold advantage now for Ramen Packet over Max, although those aren't equivalent just based on the champions they're playing. But Ramen Packet very threatening. Monster Chad God getting himself a little bit back in. It doesn't quite have enough to finish that second item. That's probably... Oh, he does. He's got the Kraken. Okay, he hadn't bought yet.
Yeah.
Max is just farming in front of Vic Lele. 18 seconds to go on this dragon. Vic Lele is going to walk into Crook.
Oh no.
That's fine, I guess. And we're going to go separate ways. Ramen Packet has teleport. He's up in the top lane. Everyone else gathered around this dragon that's going to spawn in 4 seconds. Aphelios isn't particularly close. It looks like the call is just to give it up.
Yeah. And maybe that's just, you want to get Aphelios to this third item. I think getting that Mortal Reminder is going to be definitely helpful to cut through a lot of the tanky members of RTM. and they just want to kind of continue farming gold while they can. Dragon not going to be too worried about it, and you kind of just hope that RTM makes another mistake like they did around the mid lane tower, feeds a couple more kills to them, and maybe you can start talking about a potential
Oh, the
comeback
zap
there with
lands
the
onto the
scaling.
fellow. 1, 2, 3, 4 autos. Not quite enough, but the Gale Force is to finish off the Lulu. And now the dive fully commences. A double kill for Puppey. And mid lane inhibitor going to go down. It's going to be a really tough hold now for the Rams.
Yeah, interesting that they decided to give the Drake, but then want to try to hold the mid lane inhibitor. Probably should have just given that up as well.
I like the play from Decal, trying to tank the Super Mega Death Rocket for his Veigar. Didn't quite work out because he got hit by the AoE anyway, but now they're trying to turn. The Nexus turrets are low, but not quite dead. Now they're finally dead. Ramen Packet going to go down, and the rest of the health bar is starting to melt. RTM on the doorsteps of the base. Unfortunately, Puppey's a squirrel, a squid, a space squid. I don't know exactly what he is in that skin. But the Nexus is going to fall regardless, and RTM, little couple of moments of, you can see maybe inexperience playing together, maybe just a little overconfidence, but ultimately a pretty comfortable win.
Yeah, really comfortable. And I mean, for how Puppey started this game, it was nice to see him get back in, especially since you have the Yumi that's the enabler. And so important to get that Jinx going. Really solid performance from him. And Crook in the early game made sure RTM was able to have a nice early advantage that they were able to capitalize on. So easy game one for RTM. On to the next.
Yeah, on to game number 2. RTM leads 1-0, and they can close out the series with a win. That was 21 kills for our donation tracker. So approximately $16 will be donated. You don't have the donators updated in the top post.
Why not?
Maybe some Aegis
Ah, yes. I'll add those when I do my thing later.
I'm the only one in the lobby again.
Spooky.
Dang, making demands. Beat him up and then make the demand.
I mean, it could be our coach as well.
Oh, there's a draft.
Yep, I got it.
I know which one I'm supposed to use. It's this one.
I also posted your chat.
I know how to read. What's up? I'm Aaron, 32. I never learned how to read.
A classic. Vines will never die.
Well, we have a draft link. VCU chose blue side, so we're vibing for a second while we're waiting for the draft.
Biden plays tomorrow.
He does.
Sorry, it's a bad joke.
That's a good joke as far as I'm concerned. I got a fun scam text today.
Oh.
It
Always
said-
love a good scam text, inform me.
Yeah, it said, "Hi Aaron, confirm when you receive my text." And then the name of the CEO of our company, and then it just said CEO. And I just asked if we were still on for our 4:30 meeting. And he asked if I was free to run some errands right now. I said, "Is this paid time? I'll give you my Venmo. You can send me some cash." And he said, "Do you have a store or a Target nearby?" my brother in
love that.
Christ, you know where I work. And he hasn't responded. So I'm assuming he's just been in a meeting since then.
Yeah, that makes sense. Your CEO is pretty busy. So.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love that you also like to troll people that give you scam stuff. Because I also do it.
I really like to send them messages, but one of the guys at my work was like, see if you can get some money out of them for whatever. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll give him my Venmo in exchange for whatever.
Yeah, I had a friend's account that recently got hacked on Instagram, and they started messaging me with like a bunch of crypto scams. Or they're like, I can connect you with my mentor, and we can do this. But
I'm just kind of
can talk
impressed.
about
They had my name and my CEO's name, so they probably just found me on LinkedIn, I guess. And they somehow got my phone
probably.
number. I'm not 100% sure how they got the phone number. That's the extra work, the legwork they put in. But I was really important for a second. I had a text message from our CEO. We're into draft for game number 2. Once again, VCU on blue, Rodham on red. Those look like the same 6 bands, and Caitlyn first pick.
Yep, exact same bands. VCU gonna go for a different first pick here. Not gonna go with the Ivern. Gonna go instead with the Caitlyn. Dead gives some more bully potential, because you have that extra range. But
Yeah, a
let's see
little
what
less
RTM's answer
scaling,
is.
but new ADCs. How exciting.
Yeah, not the hyperscalers that we saw in last game. Oh,
Well,
we were thinking about the Jhin.
Vi works just as well against Caitlyn as it does against Aphelios, so that seems valid. Unfortunately, for VCU, we've equalized the arcane buff. We'll see if we get another one here.
I wonder if we will see Cassante again here. It's just a really nice early pickup for RTM because you have the flex pick, and there's no need to rush to an 80 carry in those first 2, because I think that there are better picks on the table. So gonna see the same champs there for Return of the Middlesticks, and we'll see where they end up. The Cassante ends up going.
Yeah, a lot of options now for VCU, though. They now know, if they didn't know before, that that's potentially a flex Cassante for mid. So a little bit of thinking that they have to do and what they want to play into the Vi. Maokai gives them some solid team fighting potential. Doesn't get super bullied by the Vi, so that seems like a fine jungle pick.
Yeah, I think very supportive. Can help create some space. Luckily for RTM, do already have some good picks to kind of tank that Maokai R for the carries that'll be drafted later here. But yeah, never going to be too unhappy with Maokai coming through. And Syndra? Going to be an early takeaway here.
Yeah, big Cinder priority, locking that down. Or maybe that's just what they want to play into Cassante and they're worried about a ban because they hovered it last game. I don't know why you'd put so much priority on it, but regardless, Ramen Packet will be on the center. Unless we're getting big Gigabrain strategies happening.
The Aphelios pick here for RTM, actually I think is kind of nice, because you get, there's a lot of options left to pair with the Aphelios. So I would expect Lulu and Thresh to be the 2 bands that come through here. Kind of the expected bands that you're going to see, but then you also have Yumi left up on the table, which RTM can just take right away. So they may have made the selected do the 2 enchanters, but you're going to get some support that you're going to like with this Aphelios pairing.
Yeah, Nautilus also isn't terrible, which was banned last game. I don't know if that's the direction that they would need to head. They've got enough initiation and tankiness already on the table.
Yeah.
I like this from Rodham, just banning away the classic Caitlyn pairs, the ones that are super annoying to deal with. So now we're down the table into slightly less annoying ones.
Yeah, and Thresh is the best available pick here, so I kind of think RTM for the Caitlyn synergy. So I feel like RTM should just take the Thresh away right here. It pairs really well with Aphelios. Could see another Yumi game. But that also is going to give Thresh over to VCU, which I think is pretty difficult to deal with that.
VCU question mark. Yes, Virginia Commonwealth University. Virginia notably not a state, it's a commonwealth.
And Ari be the lock-in.
Ari.
So I would expect VCU to go Thresher.
Yeah. Thresh would make some sense. You could still go like a poke mage as well and double down on it if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would pair really well with the Caitlyn. That'd be a mage that's still up, but Fiora into the Cassante because it's no longer blind. Should be in theory a good matchup for Fiora, but it's really about like how well the Fiora can be piloted, because Cassante can still do a lot into that matchup.
Yeah, now I think the most interesting pick of the draft. Where is VCU gonna go? Braum. That wasn't really on the table that I had. But...
Yeah, I don't mind it here. There's a couple like short-range melees, and it kind of prevents the Thresh, but it's kind of odd because you're now kind of tipping your hand there, and now I think the Thresh no longer becomes a good pick. So they might just go Yuumi here and get that really good scaling for Aphelios.
Yeah, we got run by an Aphelios Yuumi lane in Clash the other night. So.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying to deal with. And we saw how effective Pepe was in last game with the Yuumi in the late game. Just all that extra speed, extra mobility, being able to dodge skill shots, move around, and you just feel really powerful when you have the Yuumi on you to enable you.
Oh, we're waiting on everyone to ready up our second draft. RTM leads 1-0. We can close out the series with a win here. Feels like we have kind of similar team comps and ideas to last game, even if some of the champions have changed. But yeah,
RTM very similar.
7 minutes
for sure. Yeah, some of the ideas are the same from the lanes. I feel like VCU has worse team fighting from this one, but they have a little bit tankier of a front line, which might help them out. A lot more snappier engaged because they've got that Maokai, they've got the Bramar, but it is going to be Fiora trying to split. It's similar to the Gwen that we saw in game number 1.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. It feels more like an easier to execute team comp for VCU, which maybe they needed. I mean, they had some opportunities in mid game. They caught a couple of throws from RTM. Maybe you just need that little bit of stronger front line to help capitalize on it, make it more clear what your objective is. I don't hate it. I still worry about their strength in early game. I feel like we saw Dragowski on the Vi just absolutely run the early part of the game, and I don't think that that's really going to change, or that there's many more tools to really deal with the Vi.
Yeah, Maokai is definitely going to want to kind of farm up until 6. He's going to have a hard time. You can maybe look for something like early on Ari, but as soon as that 6 comes through, Ari's incredibly hard to deal with. And so I think you should send your focus, if you're Maokai here, towards that top side. Try to help your Fiora out, and try to get something early going for the Fiora. That's kind of the one matchup you really need to win. And everything else can kind of just scale. You're not too worried about it losing in a vacuum.
Oh, we're very excitedly. I understand from a player's perspective, you want to use the whole time while you're doing these bans, maybe get some more advice from the coach, but God, it's kind of painful to watch the same draft over and over again. I wish that there were a better solution, like, maybe every champion being available in the client, but It is what it is. Imagine
Yeah,
if
that
we
would
just
be-
watched the draft once and then had, just the 3-minute period and then went into the game.
All right. Feature request. What would you rather have? Would you rather have more spectator slots, or all champions enabled in custom games for one draft?
I think all champions enabled, honestly.
Yeah.
That just speeds up my time way more. Like, there's workarounds for the spectator slots, and that you just kick people who don't matter.
Yep.
And I matter, so
The Overlord.
we'll see. I hope they fix the right-click spectator bug for this weekend, because otherwise we might just have some dead streams for a bit.
Yeah, that was very weird because I right-clicked.
I was having an issue getting into a game. I was trying to spectate the other day as well. It got me into this screen with all of the champions, and it just said 0 permanently, and then it never did anything and it crashed.
That's the bug I had. So very cool. Yeah, that'll be kind of annoying for this weekend, but maybe you'll have to stream to me in Discord and do the stream.
We've
Your
talked
computer
about
can
it, and
handle it.
I just don't know if my computer can handle that.
We'll do it. We'll do a little tester or something.
Oh, we still have 3 minutes after this. I'm getting excited, right?
You heard the countdown. I'm hearing the countdown for the first time tonight. I got excited as well. I'm always impressed that something continues to break with the spectator client. It seems like every patch it's like something new, but I don't understand why it would break, because it's not like you touch it.
Yeah,
At least in my mind.
It seems like there's a lot of tech debt in this client, and they just, rather than making a new client, they just staple features onto this one, it feels like.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I can't imagine the chaos that ensues anytime you try to code anything at Riot Games. At least for League of Legends. Like, it seems like the Valorant client works fine. It seems like the LOR client works fine. It's just, you've been stuck with this now for 13 years, more or less.
Flay
I'm not a
feels
programmer.
that way.
Lane's a programmer.
Yeah,
So he's got probably been more.
Yeah. Anything existing for more than 10 years without getting touched or like reworked completely is probably means there's a lot of band-aids that are under the hood. I mean, even Twitch rebuilt their entire web client like 5 years ago when it was no longer good enough or fast enough. So I mean, I'm interested to see. I wish I could see like how much it changed when they went from the old client to the new one. If they just like slapped it on top, like new visuals, or if they actually changed things underneath the hood. I feel like they don't.
It
Probably
feels
didn't,
like
but-
they just slapped it on top, because
Yep.
it didn't feel like there was a noticeable change as a player, but that also doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. And I couldn't tell if it was just like it's slow because they added all the visual stuff and it can't keep up, but I don't know. It's very interesting, but they have their priorities right, and it's good to see that they've at least learned from the client. Because if you look at like I was looking at like a feature, all the features of Wild Rift. They basically took all the things you would ever want from the League client and put it into Wild Rift. So it was nice to see they at least knew what was wrong and they could build a good client from scratch. It's just, did they want to take enough time to do that?
Yeah. So until League of Legends 2, probably stuck with this. A couple more years.
Yeah, it'll come out on Steam probably.
Concurrently with the MMO. Oh, 5 seconds. We did it, Lane. We stalled enough time.
We vamped so well.
We We didn't even have to resort to doing bits.
We need to plan. Well, we're gonna have to plan some for this weekend because if I remember from last time, it took them like 30 minutes to make the matchups, and then there was drafts, so it's just like an hour of downtime in between the best of ones.
Yeah, I feel like we just kind of chilled. I had some like chill beats to farm minions too that we played instead of like the regular jam select music, and then we went to the louder jam select music when it was time. But
yep.
Dragowski didn't buy a potion. I don't know how much that matters.
Save in gold where you can, you know.
I know if it was me, that means that I can't do my clear, but I'm bad, so. We'll invade from VCU up on this top side. We've only got 4 people? Oh, the collapse from Fiora. Okay. They were trying to pull Crookie there, but he does dodge the winner's bite. Now gets slowed by the Bramble Smash. He's got the flash over the wall. One more auto. Flash forward, and they'll take him down for first blood.
Yeah, that's a really nice there. Kind of punishing Crook for poking his head out a little bit too far, and it was nice that they collapsed from 2 sides. Braum passive super strong in the early game, so pretty much guaranteed kill if you get hit by that. It's going to be both flashes extended top, and that's going to help the Fiora out a lot.
I feel like when you see, I don't know if we saw the setup completely. It feels like the Fiora popped out of where she is now, and that kind of puts you at ease almost as the top laner. Like, there's my enemy top laner. He's just kind of waiting. But that was just the little dangling carrot there, and the rest of the team collapsed. That was a nice little play from VCU, and gets them a little advantage to start off. They did see the Syndra flash. I saw that was pinged as well. That might have gone unnoticed by some, but no flashes on the solo laners for VCU means the Dragowski, potionless Dragowski, will have an idea about where he wants to go.
Yeah, and definitely getting the kill onto the lane you want to. I know we talked about a little bit about how volatile this matchup is. Oh wait, I assume it paused there for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it paused for you. I'm at 204.
It did.
05.
We're good.
Yeah.
So,
that happened
nice
like
to get that early advantage of Fiora. I didn't see it on stream. I only saw it once, which is funny. But...
yeah, I don't know. I haven't officially dropped a frame yet, so our internet is actually behaving better than normal. But
that's great.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see.
A lot of action.
Yeah, Viclele clears this blue side, and now he's headed... I'm not really sure. He just gets a ward. I'm not sure what he was checking for either. That just feels like a weird timing for Viclele.
Yeah, both lanes shoved in. It's not like you're gonna have really a gank opportunity from Vi. So you don't really need to shadow your lanes there. So kind of gonna be a little bit slow on the full clear, but Dragowski is gonna be probably the first one to get on the spotlight.
Oh, no riposte on the third Q there from Crook. Feels like that's the big ability that you want to riposte anyway. Ramen Packet getting a good trade on Max.
Yeah, and Ramen Packet's actually had a pretty decent series. I know it was a little bit rough from last game, but had a really strong lead on that. Vigar was 4-0 on it, and has been trading really favorably here in the early game.
Jungler's gonna collide. Viclele is really low. Dragowski just forces him off. Artyom bot lane can't get into position, but looks like Dragowski able to engage it anyway. Max gets stunned by Ramen Packet. They're trying to turn that one around, but the healing comes through off of the kill on the Ahri. One more auto. They finally get it done, and it's a double kill for Dragowski, and just a little bit of miscommunication, I think, for VCU.
Yeah, really hard for Viclele to find a way out there. Both the lanes were trying to collapse from RTM, and in the end, gonna go 2 kills onto Dragowski. So may look to actually push that lead a little bit into this top side here. try to fight for the scrum.
Oh, Wing says he wants to do marbles this weekend. I don't know that we have enough people for marbles, but I could download it again. Puppey just walking forward fearlessly, looking for the autos, but the net is just enough to get him out. Flash forward from the fellow, but he can't quite finish off Puppey. He's got just enough health left. I don't know what's happening. There's more trades across the map. Oh, the flash forward from Monster Chad God, but it just doesn't pay off. The shield from Boy Wonder keeps him alive, and
That's wild. What is happening down there? Very funny. Just barely didn't have enough range to finish off the kill on Sir Monster Chad God, but Monster Chad God flashes in, gets baited by that Yuumi shield. Wasn't expecting that to come out, and yeah, gonna be the kill going over. Easy in CS, and it's gonna be able to pick up that half item.
yeah, it's okay, Monster Chad God. I don't know when Yuumi gives a shield either. It just kind of happens.
Yep. Maybe some unfamiliarity, but looks like Vi hitting level 6.
Yeah, Ramen Packet low. Max just dashes in with the Soul Rush and picks up the kill. Drag doesn't even really have to do anything. He's there for moral support. Meanwhile, in top lane, Crook's going all out. Decal takes him pretty low, has 3 the Vitals proc. That's pretty clean. Now looking to turn that one around. Crook has to try to back up, but the healing from the Grand Challenge is enough. I think we can't really continue this. Oh, he gets the Q back in. One more auto, the grass proc. A little dash for the shield. Okay, everybody's fine. We're chilling out.
Yeah, nobody ends up taking anybody's life there. Really fun trading to watch there. So if we get some more of those solo fights, I would be excited to watch that.
See, Puppey can catch all these under tower. Looks like he should without too much trouble.
A big wave pushing in does mean that VCU is going to be able to pick up this dragon uncontested, but I don't think RTM is going to be too worried about that. They've got gold onto their mid 80 carry and jungle, so they're feeling pretty good about this. And now with Drakowski, it's probably just going to look to try to full clear until that level 6 is hit, which is hitting right now, and might look to repeat gank this mid lane with the flashdown.
Yeah, Ramen Packet has to be very concerned about where the Vi is at all times now. Oh, looks like they've tracked him successfully. He was doing the scuttle crab, as it turns out. So both junglers run into each other, and both depart in opposite directions.
Yeah, we'll have to see where that first vial comes out for the game. But so far here in the early game, RTM just getting some slight advantages to give themselves the 1k gold lead.
Yeah, they're continuing to track Vi. Drakowski's had pings on him pretty much the entire way, but it looks like with this shove, with no flash on the Syndra, it's going to be the contest on the blue buff, and maybe a little bit of risky business happening. There's a lot of people hovering around this blue buff on the minimap. What's apparently more interesting is trading in the bottom lane. Q's going to hit. They haven't officially stolen a camp yet. It's just been vision gained for ROTM, but they also didn't drop wards while they were in there.
Yeah,
unless
RTM's
Syndra's on
gonna
one
start?
right now. This is very weird. But it's going to be Rift Herald started up by ROTM, and a 3v3 potentially coming in as the Sapling scouts out that they're doing that. 3,000 health to go on Yield Rift Herald. And now Drakowski in looking for Syndra. Oh, the big Nature's Grasp actually roots everyone up. They take down the Vi first. The fellow pretty low. The Moonlight Vigil is just enough with the auto attacks for Puppey to finish that one off. And it's a 1-for-1 cross map. Rift Herald died, but no one picked up the eye. Oh no, now it's restarted by VCU, it looks like. I thought the icon was gone. That was weird.
No, it did not go down. It was basically full health when Drakowski went in, but that's kind of the nice edge that you have to fight there for the Vi pick. If you get too far ahead of your teammates, you can really go in, especially with that long-range Q into the ult. If they flash out, you're kind of just there alone, and that's what ended up happening. Get a little bit kidnapped by the flash out. Yeah,
and a well-timed Nature's Grasp by Vic Lele means that
for sure.
Max and Crook got rooted up and could not join even had they wanted to, and I think they did, but little knock back there from Crook.
Yeah, good trades here from Crook. Keeping that health bar as low as possible on the decal, and just kind of fighting him for every minion here, making it really hard for him to walk up with that HP advantage.
Yeah, decal doing pretty well though, especially considering last game was 0-2, kind of almost out of the game at this point. But hanging in there down CS, up a kill, feels probably a lot better. This is, I mean, there's no arguing that this is a better position right now for VCU than it was in game number 1.
Yeah.
So more interesting game to come, it looks like. Stormrazor finished up for Pape, and he's got the first item completion of the game. Big landmark moment for him.
Yeah, the Stormrazor, notably no legendary item to start out, but
Gonna find Monster Chad God. I don't know that they know that Bo was there, but now a little bit of awkward business happening. VcLele walks in, throws the Nature's Grasp down, gets the root down onto the Aphelios, but there's just not a whole lot of follow-up really happening. Monster Chad God has to net away. Fellow able to block that, blocks the Moonlight Vigil. Really nicely done by the Fellow.
yeah, VcLele looked almost like they were lagging or AFK, walked a little too far.
We're zooming in on VcLele. This is not done as Drakowski comes in, hits the ult. They're trying to finish off the Braum first. He's able to get out, but the Soul Rush in. Max takes one down. A little bit of healing for VcLele. Autos come through. He'll finish off 2. A triple kill for him. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Crook has to try to go all out in the opposite direction. He's got the little shield. Decal picks up the solo kill in the top lane to help give VCU at least a little bit of life in the game. But good dive from ROTM. They're Max able to ball out on the Ahri.
Yeah, just picking up kill reset after kill reset there. Really nice to follow that down after the fight started. It's going to get awarded the triple kill for all his troubles going down there. And the second dragon is going to be spawning here, so we may see a return fight as we go here.
That was a really weird snap by the spectator camera. Yeah, Iceborne Gauntlet is the choice for Crookie Crook. Oh, it's Cookie Cook. Cookie Crook?
Cookie Crook.
I've been calling him Crookie Crook the whole time for some reason.
It's so close that it's...
He's Cookie Crook.
Cookie Crook.
He's just a silly little guy up there on the Gizmo. Big apologies to all of the names that I butchered tonight. It's probably not the first or the last.
Getting some practice in.
You feel like I should know my own players' name pronunciation?
Well, to be fair, I didn't know they were going to be our players until like Saturday. So, you know, it's not... it's not like they've been around for forever, so...
I think Max is the one holdover from our last OQ team.
Yep. Been with us the whole time. Hoarder, of course, would have been, but ended up finding a new team that paid him a little bit, which is nice. So,
yeah, shout out
happy for him.
Way to get that bag. Hopefully. I mean, you like seeing our players in good positions. Not as scabs for the LCS, but, you know, any other position that they can get themselves into right now is... worthwhile. Max looking for the dive with Drakowski right now. 4v3 potentially coming out, and the Fellow is low. Should be taken down by the last Soul Rush. Oh, the auto has to be used.
Ooh.
Oh, he's stunned underneath tower. Max is going to go down. Ramen Packet able to turn it. Still just trying to stay alive through the dive, but the shields and heals on Pape are too much. And Drakowski, oh, good flash from Monster Chad God, trying to pop off, but it's a double kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Cookie Crook is able to escape VcLele and continue to chase him down. I don't know that he can really continue that one, but yeah, big shutdown on Max is it's something for VCU. They continue to get little bits back on all of these plays, and now looking for the redive in the top lane. Oh, a really well-timed ult actually avoids most of that Nature's Grasp, and VcLele going to go down to Drakowski. The teleport in from Max as he's looking for a little bit more. Everfrost comes through, gets the stun down on Ramen Packet, who's also teleported in. Drakowski low, has to flash away from the Fiora. He's starting to do so much damage, but he's out of mana, and now Ramen Packet falls as well. They just couldn't deal with the numbers advantage, and they don't take down Drakowski in the process. ROTM gets away with a double kill. kill for Crook.
Yeah, really nice there. Well played from RTM. I thought maybe Fiora was gonna have something to say when the ultimate got popped, but didn't quite have enough damage to finish off Cookie Crook. And Max had a nice TP in there, gets the double stun off on the Everfrost, and was able to find a nice kill on the return TP.
Yeah, now with these towers falling, it's starting to feel in hand for ROTM once again, and we'll see if they have a little bit cleaner of an ascent through game number 2 than they did through game number 1. There's still chances for VCU. I'm not writing them completely out, but it feels like it's going to have to come through Decal, who's had a good game on the Fiora. He's looked very comfortable on it. I've been actually really impressed with his ability to go after some of these finals and these really chaotic exchanges that he's had.
Yeah, Fiora, not a really easy champion to execute on, and has been playing it pretty decently.
Ult onto Vic-Lele, they'll root him up and take him down. Puppey with the kill. Glacial Fissure just trying to buy some time. He flashes back in, trying to save his ADC. So far, so good, but unfortunately for him, the Orb of Deception from Ari is able to finish that one off. Exhaust onto Ramen Packet as Max just walking forward, tanks the full Cinder combo and doesn't really care. But now Decal is here trying to turn. Does he have the damage? Puppey is still so healthy, and he's got the red gun shield. I don't think Decal really wants any piece of that one, so it'll be the back off, and we'll continue onward. 17 kills to 4 for ROTM and an 8,000 gold lead.
Very nice, well-executed fights there from RTM, and just kind of slapping VCU with some of the wallets that they've got. Even though the numbers have been pretty similar, they got the first lance there, and Puppey is really strong here. 5-0 now after that, and it's got the Yuumi in the back pocket, of course, to help empower.
Yeah, and last game we saw, it felt like a Puppey solo carry almost, the way that the game had progressed, but Max has had a really nice game so far on the Ari. He's really put out a lot of damage. Puppey is just standing his ground against 3, but now has to get out, and my stream is paused at 17
So
minutes.
did mine.
And, okay, well, ace in the hole, he's still fine. We're still continuing onward, but now Crook has the flank, just starting to get some autos into Oddfellow. They need a little bit more damage, I think. Puppey sidesteps the Nature's Grasp and finally gets the auto in. Meanwhile, Decal and Drakowski going at it. Has the R to follow over the wall, gets the stun back, but Decal can't quite take him down. Drakowski picks up the kill, and ROTM marches their way through toward the Tier 2 tower in mid lane.
Yeah, it seems like RTM, anytime VCU elects to go, oh, nice ult.
Oh, a really good ult from Cookie Crook. Takes Vic-Lele back into his team, and Puppey will pick up an extra kill. I feel like you don't see that terrain knockback as much as you should maybe on Kazante, but Crook's had a couple nice ones.
Yeah.
Or I guess Max had him in game 1, and then Crook's had him in game 2.
Yeah.
Not to give all the credit to Crook.
Hijacking. But yeah, I feel like this game has been really clean for RTM so far. They still have this Rift Herald in their back pocket. We'll have to see where they elect to throw that. I'm going to assume it'll probably be top or bot just to try to get that second tower down. And now with this Drake up and the Hex Gates coming out, RTM can get to this dragon, and it should be uncontested, I think. So I think the one sad thing for VCU compared to last game is they don't quite have the same scaling that they did in last game, so the hopes of just getting the late game with your Aphelios and with your Vigar, it's going to be a little bit harder to come by, but
Good knockback from Crook. I don't think this really results in a whole lot because this matchup. Maybe it does. Grand Challenge? We're chilling.
this is kind of the only play that VCU has, is to try to go for these number advantages
Yeah, they're looking for the dive onto Crook. He's got a lot of tankiness. He goes all out, looking for decal. Dashes forward. Dashes back in for the knockup. Able to find VicLele. Oh, he drops the aggro with the W. It's not quite enough, though, as he does eventually fall to the tower. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, there's things happening that kill a tower. A bunch of extra kills just explode out of nowhere. I am completely unsure what just happened in bottom.
The spectator jumping in between both fights at the same time, making it so that it was not easy to see what happened in either of them.
Decal and VicLele died in the top lane. Both of them.
Yep.
Puppey's up there, so assuming Puppey killed one of them. In the bottom lane, it was 1-for-1 on a dive. And the tower went down because of Sheila, and now we're on Baron.
I think it was 1-for-0.
Oh, it's just Crook that died. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
There were a lot of pop-ups, and it's tough to sort through just a little bit. Crook teleports into mid lane, and Baron going to fall. I don't really know why Crook teleported. He just wanted to use the cooldown, I guess. He's back on the map. Yeah, now our TM very far ahead in this game, and your options are starting to dwindle if you're the Virginia Commonwealth University Rams black team.
Yeah, it's going to be trying to get numbers advantages where you can. There's not a very easy way to get those numbers advantages. Your probably best pick is on the Cassante, but Cassante has a lot of escape tools, a lot of tankiness, so it can buy a lot of team time for his team to get there.
Oh.
Just some waving through the different parts of the jungle here, saying hello.
Yeah, VicLele 3 levels down right now on Drakowski, and that's not going to improve anytime soon as he'll go to the grave once again. Fellow gets charmed in by Max and taken down, and ROTM continues their assault on the base. A couple autos through. Oh, Monster Chad God. That was a weird little flash Q from Drakowski, but the rest of the team's here to try to back him up. They're just ignoring the towers at this point. They'll finish off the Fiora. Max is in looking for blood, and he's going to find... Oh, he's fine. He's absolutely fine as he takes the last tower shot. It's a delayed ace for Return of the Middlesticks, and they'll take the 2-0. Do they get more kills, though? This is not unimportant for donation purposes. VicLele and the Fellow looking to scrap just a little bit more. Puppey, are they actually going for more? They got one. They're ignoring the Fellow. Confirmed Rotom Premier hates charity. No, they don't. It's 29-6, the final kill count. ROTM wins 2-0 and improves to 1-0 on the season for ACL. Yeah, any thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, really clean series from RTM, just kind of dominated from the onset in both. And really excited to see how the rest of the season goes for them. And really got a lot of games to get through here in this week. So excited for that.
Tomorrow night, we're back with Crowstorm. They've got a winner-go-home game in their last game of the regular season as they face Diversity Esports. So please tune in for that. I'll have Ollivander with me tomorrow. And then Friday, ACL team's back. They're playing against Kosa Gamers on the Aegis stream. Crowstorm might have their playoff game that day. And then this weekend is the ACL qualifiers. Once again, all kills this month are going to be counting toward our donation incentive. All of that going to go for the Trevor Project. If you're interested in donating, please check out our Discord and get in contact with myself or Lane, and we'll get you added to the tracker.
Yep. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, thanks so much for the support, and we'll hopefully see you again tomorrow night. I'm going to send you over... you're going to go watch Meta Shift, I guess. Have a good time over there. We're going to more than double their viewer count when I hit rate.